Welcome to the Reclaim Fitness podcast, where we challenge what the fitness industry provides for us as women and birthing bodies and caregivers, and discuss what it looks like for us to reclaim this space so that it serves us. I am here to create a supportive community that empowers by providing knowledge about our bodies and encouraging you to find what is right for your body. My name is Susan Hathaway. I'm your host. I'm a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine with added certifications in prenatal and postpartum fitness through Girls Gone Strong and Mama Strong. So please join me as you go about your day. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're folding your laundry, lying next to your child who refuses to sleep, or maybe you found a few minutes to yourself. Either way, I'm here with you and we'll get through this together. Hello, everybody. It's me, Susan, coming to you from my studio gym. Welcome to the Reclaim Fitness podcast. It is a new month. It is May, and this month we are talking about reclaiming your space. And we will be talking about reclaiming your physical space and reclaiming your mental space and what that looks like in terms of finding space and time to exercise, seeing that I am a fitness professional and that is the topic that I know most about. I am really looking forward to getting some guest speakers on here for you guys so that it's not just me and my little guy here talking at you, but we're not there yet, and that's okay. We'll get there. I wanted to start off our month by talking about what is stopping us from reclaiming our physical and mental space. And it seems appropriate that I have this little guy here today because we've had to re-record this multiple times because he likes to talk. And we'll see if we can get through this. But that is one of my first things on my list, and is that our children are very needy and they need us, especially in the first couple months postpartum. They need us physically to be there for them for many reasons. If you're breastfeeding, they need you there to eat. They often need you in order to fall asleep, and that's very normal, and it's okay. And let me just say that this week was the first week in the almost 6 years that we've been parents that my partner and I were able to get out on our own after paying a babysitter to come and watch the kids. Yeah, it was so fun, huh? So we have gone out before, but we've always had like our parents watch them or someone that's very close to us or directly related to us watch them. This is the first time we hired someone to come and watch them. And that was really, really hard for me. We had that babysitter here before to watch them, but we work from home. And so we were here if she needed us, or we were kind of, overseeing what was going on. It was a really nice way to transition into being able to trust her to watch them while we were gone. But this was still that first time that we had done that. And so it was definitely a milestone for us and a little bit of a hurdle for me that I had to get over leaving them. And so it made me really wonder what exactly was it that was so difficult for me to reclaim that space, right? Reclaim that space and time to be with my partner and just to get some time to ourselves. That first one being our children's needs to be close, and also our need to be close to our children. I think that is definitely a factor. Also a lack For some, a lack of available space and resources. For many people, hiring a babysitter isn't really an option, and having family members available also may not be an option for everyone. So that's a very real hurdle to being able to reclaim your space. Lack of support from our partners and families. So if if you don't have the emotional and physical support of the people around you to help watch your children, or, do some of the things around the house so that you have time to yourself, time and space to yourself, then it's really hard to claim that for yourself, because our to-do lists are incredibly long and our responsibilities can make it very difficult for us to find that time, as you can tell. And having a supportive partner and a supportive community around you can really help with that. Not always, as you can see. It's tricky. It's very difficult to find that time, but having a supportive partner can get you that in the midst of all of the responsibility and all the things that weigh down on you. And that is another one, is just these overwhelming demands and expectations of being a parent, feelings of inadequacy, right? Feelings like, if I allow someone else to watch my kids, like how is that okay? I know for me personally, that has been something that I feel in the back of my mind whenever I let anybody watch my kids. And I think there are a lot of social pressures particularly within our culture and our society within the United States, of us needing to be able to take care of our kids on our own, right? We tend to be a little isolated these days as parents. We don't have that community and that family unit to help us. And that's just become the social norm, which can be a lot. That's a lot of things to put on two or one person. And I also feel like I don't want to be inconvenient, right? I don't want myself or my children to be an inconvenience to another person. So even asking my family for help can be hard, because these little guys are a little inconvenient sometimes. They make noise when we don't want them to. And it can just be hard to feel, for me personally, I have very much that people-pleasing personality, and it's hard for me to ask for help sometimes. So what can we do? I came up with some thoughts on how to kind of counteract some of these things. And I know I have room for improvement because this is hard enough for me. But the things that I came up with was to find support, right? Both physical and mental support, whether that's finding a therapist or finding someone you trust that you can talk to, even just about the fact that you're feeling overwhelmed or that you feel like you don't have the ability to find space or time to yourself. Finding friends or peers that are going through similar things. If finding a therapist maybe isn't an option, even finding someone to speak to that is going through what you're going through as you're going through it. I know that speaking to my mom, say, isn't exactly the same as speaking to some of my other mom friends that are having experience with a baby right now at this moment. You're having very different conversations there, and it can be helpful when you're able to talk to someone who's going through the thick of it just like you. And it also can be valuable to speak to those who have already gone through it. But I know for me, there are times when I just need someone to commiserate with and to hear me out and, not tell me that, it's going to get better. It's going to get easier, because that's hard to hear when it just doesn't seem that way. And then even speaking to your partners and family members about how they can assist you. And that is hard. That is really hard. I know right now, honestly, to be very real with you, I could probably ask my husband right now to come and take the baby, and I probably should. Because he's working too. I don't want to do that. But honestly, both of our jobs matter. And what he is doing probably doesn't require him to be recording and not have a baby talking in the background. But there was this little voice inside me that told me, no, it's okay. You can do this with the baby. And I'm not sure if that stems from me feeling like this isn't as important as what my husband is doing. I don't know. But I think I'd like to write a little note about that and keep it in the back of my mind, because that might be what's happening right now. So just so you know, you're not alone in that. This is very much something that I'm struggling with, like at this very moment. All that to say, a lot of these hurdles are real, and just some can't be overcome because there's a serious lack of resources available, right? There are many people who are not able, like I've said earlier, to pay a babysitter or have a family member watch their kids. And, the first step there is finding someone to talk to about it. Find someone who is a peer or a therapist and can help you walk through that very difficult situation. And find someone who is well-versed in the resources that are available in your community. Again, I'm going to talk about Postpartum International for this, because I just think they're amazing and doing wonderful work. And they are the people that can do both of those things for you. They can provide peer support and resources in your community, and can really help you kind of get a leg up when you feel like you don't have any resources at all. And I just think that's incredibly important work. And I will put their information in the show notes for those who may need it. And another thing, just a practical thing that we can think about doing, is saying no to unneeded demands or commitments that are adding more to your plate when you're already feeling overwhelmed. And I absolutely know that that is way easier said than done. Especially when you want to do things, right? You want to do more. And it's just not going to happen. Like right now, I would love to keep going with this podcast, but it's obviously not going to happen. So I'm going to leave you there with you just knowing, and then making it very obvious that I am super struggling with this too. And finding your space as a parent is so hard. It is so hard. And I hope you are giving yourself grace and patience as you move through this time in your life, because it's just really flipping hard. And I'm here with you. You're not alone. We're all going through this, and it's going to be okay one way or another. The rest of the week, the rest of the month, we'll talk about other topics and really practical ways that we can find space. All right. Okay, I hear ya. Okay, I'm going to go so you don't have to listen to the baby crying. All right, bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me today. If you like the podcast, be sure to subscribe so you know when a new episode is coming out. And if you have a minute, if you could review or share the podcast with a friend or a family member, I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd like more information about movement and fitness within the caretaking and parenting space, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Reclaim Fitness LLC. You can visit my website at www.reclaimfit.com. And if you'd like to get in touch with me directly, you can email me season@reclaimfit.com. Bye.